Hey everybody, welcome out. This is Brian Douglas from Draper, Utah, and we're going to get started here in just a minute with our webinar and go over a lot of information about the USANA opportunity, products, how we get paid. I'm going to share my story with you as well. But I had a good buddy of mine, associate Dan Bazan here, that was in the neighborhood. He lives here in Draper with me as well. And we started talking. Dan has been tearing it up in the business. And so I wanted him just to kick us off tonight and share his story with you real quick. It's kind of funny. They've been with us now for a couple months and on the products and loving the products and doing a real good job. And now they're getting really serious about the business. I'm going to have him share his story, but they've earned 16 consecutive checks now. We get paid every week. So 16 weeks in a row. And last week it was a brand new achiever. So in USANA, that means he had to earn over a $400 check in their business and did that by Wednesday, halfway through the week. So not bad for a part-time supplemental income. Him and his wife both still have full-time jobs in corporate America, but they fell in love with the products and are now really passionate about the business as well. So Dan's just going to share his story with you real quick to get us kicked off, and then I'll come back and we'll get going.
Brian, thanks for letting me come out and share our story. So yeah, it's been a little over a year, about a year that we got involved. We first heard about USANA from a friend of ours who got us involved in the products. They changed our lives. They changed our health. They really affected all of our family, which was what got my attention. In addition, working in corporate life is not always stable. We had a lot of things that we were going through. Personally, my wife was traveling 2 to 3 weeks a month for a long time. We were just absolutely stressed, and a lot of those health issues were coming through to us, and we were hitting us personally. So these products were changing. And then we heard about the business opportunity. We heard about something that could possibly provide stability, control for our family, something that we could make a change and do something with. And I'll tell you, making that decision and plunging into the business was the best thing that we did. We do it part-time, but we also got involved with a team. So Brian, you'll hear more about it, and I'll tell you a little bit more about him in a moment, but he's a leader. And part of being on this team is that you're not in it alone. You put into it, whatever you put into it, you get out of it. But in addition, you get a lot of support. So weekly trainings, weekly calls like this, Saturdays at home. We have events. We have all sorts of things that we partake in as a team. And I'll tell you that a lot of our success is because of the support that we got, but we were able to control the business ourselves and grow it like we have. So it's been about a year. We've seen consecutive checks. We started to see some supplemental income, which helped in this unstable economy, unstable corporate life. We've been able to help others in our family and I know friends as well. We've been able to get people started in their own business to duplicate what we do and see the results in their life. We're super excited about it. So I congratulate you on joining this event tonight, joining this call and this webcast to learn more about what USANA can do for you. But I want to tell you a little bit about Brian. I learned about him in a different way. Didn't realize he was $1 million earner, but I'll tell you some of the things I learned about him through his leadership. He and Jennifer Douglas are $1 million earners in their business, which means that they've accumulated over $1 million in the course of their business. In their 19 years, they've had major success. They're a Fortune 100 earner, which just means they're one of the top earners in the business. They got started quickly, and Brian and Jennifer were able to earn a 6-figure income in their first year, enabling them to get to their dreams faster than most, getting them out of that corporate world. And he's duplicated that, and we're simply products of his success, products of his teaching. We're teachable. If this is something that you're thinking about, you can do it too. It worked for us, and I know it can work for you. So I'm excited for you. And Brian, thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. So one of the best things about this business is working with sharp, motivated people like Dan and his wife, Stephanie Bazan. So it's been a pleasure to work with them. Yeah. All right. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. So we're going to get started here. As Dan mentioned, I've been involved now for about 19 years, started part-time and did this on the side around corporate America. I'll share a little bit more about my story and some pictures with you in just a minute. But we did get to a 6-figure income our first year and members of the $1 Million Club within the first 6 years. And so we've made a lot of money working from home. We're going to talk a little bit about whether you want to earn a part-time income or a full-time income or a 6-figure or 7-figure income, or you're just here to learn about our products. We have awesome products. So I'm going to go through all of that with you tonight. So real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen, and we are going to go through some information. And all right. Here we go. We're going to go through a lot of information. But again, before I do that, the first thing I want to do is I want to just tell you a bit more about my story. So as Dan mentioned, I was with corporate America. I was with a large retail company. I was making a good income, but I was working 80 hours a week to do that. and just got burned out on corporate America and the politics and everything else associated with that, and started looking for a different opportunity out there. At the time when I'm working crazy hours and I'm still broke, I didn't have a lot of time, didn't have a lot of money to start a business, found USANA, fell in love with it, and just started part-time. And so we took off. Jennifer and I, at the time, were living in a small house in San Diego. The retail world had transferred me around to several different states. One year I actually filed income tax in 3 states as they moved me around to go wherever the next promotion was. But I remember taking this picture 3 months into USANA. We were making a good supplemental income. We bought some newer vehicles. So again, this was about 20 years ago. But within 1 year, we reached a 6-figure income, left our corporate America lives behind, built a new house or moved into a new house in Utah, back where my family lived, and was able to surprise Jennifer with a nice new toy that year for Christmas. Today, we live up in the mountains. We homeschool our kids. Just got back from hanging out with my son, since I'm taking off tomorrow to go do a little business with my team in Texas. Went and spent the day with him, having a good time, and just rolled in to do a webinar here tonight. So for us, it's really about choices. We like to go out and play. We love the outdoors, anything that's fun, but we love doing it in the middle of the week is my favorite thing. So some of the things we love are the lakes and the mountains, and one of my favorite things is mountain biking. In fact, I was working with my team in St. George and in Las Vegas about 2 weeks ago, and took the bike out and did a little bit of business, but a lot of mountain biking. And the thing is I live in a mountain where there's a ton of trails right by us. But if the picture at the top here is a picture of a Saturday morning at 10 a.m., that's what the trails look like. They're just packed. The picture at the bottom is a Tuesday at 10 a.m. And so I love to play when everybody else is working. And when it comes to a holiday or something like that, you'll typically find me at home. I don't go out and fight the campgrounds and the crowds and the roads and all those kind of things. I like to stay home when everybody else is out and do things around the house, or hang out with my family, or focus on my business. And when everybody else is working is when you'll find me playing. But it's not just about playing. We've been able to do some really cool things. My 15-year-old son and I took off over the summer for 10 days and went to Haiti with a group of friends to do a mission trip and work in this little village, Donda, and just help them mix cement and carry cement and finish the wall of this vocational and the floors of this vocational building, and had an awesome time doing that with my son. So we just have had some really cool life experiences. But the way we've been able to earn a good income but still have the time to enjoy it are through what I call the secret strategies of the wealthy. You see, for me, when I was looking for an opportunity, everybody I knew that made a good income, they were working crazy hours to be able to earn that income. And the people I knew that had the time off, they weren't working hard enough to make a good income to have the lifestyle I wanted to enjoy. And so it was these different 5 strategies that enabled us to have the lifestyle that I've been sharing with you. And so I want to touch on these real quick before we get too far into tonight's presentation. The first strategy is the importance of building equity in yourself. When we work, we either work for ourselves or we work for somebody else. And it's the same way when it comes to owning a house. Most of us don't mind paying a house payment, but we hated paying rent because we weren't building equity in ourselves. And so with this business, it's the same way. When I worked for somebody else, I was building equity in them. In this business, I'm building equity for myself. This business is an asset. It's sellable. It's willable. I can actually will this business to our kids after we pass on. So leaving a legacy versus, leaving, debt or other problems that my job would have potentially given us. And so the second one is earning a residual income. Again, when we work, we have the opportunity to either get paid once, which is a linear income, or get paid over and over for the work we do. That's a residual or reoccurring income. It's a passive income. You work once, but you can get paid over and over. Other examples of this are if you're a best-selling author or a musician, or you patent an idea, you could earn a residual income or royalties off that. With a consumable product in a USANA home-based business, the people that we introduced the products to 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, that are still using these powerful products today, every time they reorder, we earn a commission over and over and over. And so sometimes people say, hey, how much income did you earn your first year? And we did get to a 6-figure income our first year. But honestly, the answer is I don't know how much we earned, because we're still earning an income today off the work we did our first year. So for me, if I'm going to work, residual income is the only way to go. And help you create an early retirement, by the way. Leverage. Most of us, if you're working out in the yard or the garage or doing something that requires a little bit of extra effort, we understand the power of leverage. But when it comes to business, there's a few things we can leverage as well. We can leverage money or we can leverage time. When you leverage, obviously the important part of the difficulty in leveraging money is that you have to have money to leverage money. The other problem with that is that can be very risky. You can put a lot of money out there in an investment and have a lot of issues and lose it. And it can be quite a gamble. When it comes to leveraging time, you can leverage time, but the only way I knew how to do that was to have a conventional business, a ton of employees, which usually gives you a ton of liability and a ton of headaches, quite frankly. In this business, we don't have any employees. Myself and my wife run our business, but we have thousands of team members that go out and work. And if you had, in this example, 100 people each out working 1 hour today, you'd have 100 hours of productivity in your business. So as J. Paul Getty said, he'd rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than just 100% of your own effort. This is how you can earn a full-time income on a part-time basis. And again, the beautiful thing is leveraging your time without the headaches of employees or the liabilities. The fourth one is capitalizing on a global marketplace. You're not limited with a USANA business. You're not limited just to your local area. If you opened up a tire shop or a restaurant, you're typically limited to a geographical area, and your customers would be people in that area. In this business, USANA is open in 20 countries. And so we have business in all 50 states of the US and in 20 countries around the world from our home that we run. It's business that has things happening 24/7 across the globe while we're sleeping. We still have business that's building and happening. So you're not limited to your local or national economy. You can truly partake of the world or global economy. The fifth and final one I want to touch on real quick is the importance of minimizing your income tax liability. We're all getting those W-2s or 1099s or tax reports right now. We've got the April 15th coming up around the corner. And, you know, for me, it's not just about how much you make. It's also about how much you get to keep. You see, there's a whole different set of rules for business owners than there is for a W-2 employee. A lot of the things that we were already spending money on when we had our job, we couldn't write off with the job, but we can write off with our business. A good example is me taking my wife out to dinner the other night. Happened to be Valentine's, but we talked a lot about our business, our goals, what's going on, my trip to Texas that's coming up tomorrow. And so that's a business meeting as well. She calls it a date. I call it a deduction, but we're both happy at the end of the night. It's a beautiful thing. So you can write off a lot of what you're currently spending money on. I use my cell phone as business. My vehicle's part of business, part of my home. I'm doing a webinar right now in my home office. I meet people in my home office. I have to do snow removal at my home when people come meet me here. So I have a really nice ATV with a plow on it that I remove snow with and do that. But I use that ATV for other stuff as well. We love taking our team members down on the houseboat at Lake Powell and training and getting to know them there and having a great time. And so there's so many things that you can do to really save yourself a lot of money. In fact, Sandy Botkin in his book, Lower Your Taxes Big Time, says every North American taxpayer who has a full-time job and does not have a side business is probably overpaying taxes to the tune of $3,000 to $9,000 per year. I actually found it to be closer to about $12,000 a year, about $1,000 per month is what we were able to save immediately once we started our USANA business, because we didn't own a home. We were earning a six-figure income in corporate America, my wife and I combined. We didn't have kids. We had no write-offs. We were getting clobbered on taxes. And so there's a lot of people who join our business for the tax write-offs, and then obviously using the products and falling in love with the business happens for a lot of people as well. But it's just so important to understand that it's not just about how much you make, it's also about how much you get to keep. So there's different options when it comes to, moving ahead financially. There's, what are your options? What can you do? Well, Robert Kiyosaki in his books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad and Cash Flow Quadrant, talks a lot about staying away from the left side, the employee or self-employed small business owner. And so you might say, well, isn't this a small business? Well, this is actually a big business, because a big business incorporates leverage. And just because we don't have employees, just because I don't have accounts payable, accounts receivable, or an inventory, or any of those other headaches, my business does millions of dollars a month in revenue. And I have thousands of associates, team members that are out building a business that we have things in place to train and support. And so we have a ton of leverage. And so this is a big business. But again, you do get out of it what you put into it. We treat it like a serious business, and it pays us that way. And so that's why I love direct sales, network marketing. There's so many experts that are saying network marketing direct sales is one of the best ways for the average person to go out and obtain financial independence. And in fact, a lot of very successful people say if they were to have to do it all over again, they would get involved with a network marketing or direct sales business. It just really has all the positives of a big business without all those negatives and liabilities and headaches associated. I mean, if you think of all the things I'd have to run a business the size of business that my company does in revenue, but USANA does all that for me. It's a partnership, and it's an amazing partnership. So we get a 1099 from them every year, but again, we have a ton of things that we write off in taxes. So selecting the right company is obviously important. What I love about USANA is they have a proven track record, nearly 25 years of proven success. In fact, they're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange under USANA, one of the top performing stocks over the last couple of years, trading over $100 a share right now. Just a phenomenal company. But where they're public, it's wide open, transparent. You can see exactly what they're doing in sales, exactly how much they pay out to associates. We're doing close to $1 billion in sales actually right now. We're also debt free and have about $100 million in reserves. And about over 40% of all the revenue USANA brings in is paid out to us, the associates working from home, that are out marketing the USANA business and products, sharing the products with people. And as I mentioned, we're operating in over 20 countries around the world. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of tonight's presentation and talk about the health and freedom involved with USANA. A little bit about the USANA story. In fact, just real quick, we'll go through the USANA story. Then we'll talk about the health side, the business and wealth side, and then the resources available to help you with those things. So USANA was founded back in September of 1992. This is a picture of the world headquarters located in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's about a 450,000 square foot facility. It's voluntarily registered with the FDA. It's a pharmaceutical grade manufacturing facility. We don't make prescription drugs. USANA only makes nutritional products, skincare, food products, which we'll go through here in a few minutes. But it's a whole different set of rules when it comes to being registered with the FDA as a pharmaceutical grade manufacturing facility. We were founded by a scientist, not a corporate suit or a promoter. Dr. Wentz has a phenomenal background. He founded a company called Gold Laboratories in the early 70s. He has a PhD in microbiology and immunology, first off. Founded Gold Laboratories as a way to be an expert in the human cell and then find out what causes disease in the human body. And so he's invented several infectious disease diagnostic test kits that are still sold throughout medical facilities, doctors' offices, hospitals throughout the world. Became very well known in that industry and also very wealthy. But he found that he put it to like this: telling somebody what was wrong with them once they were sick was like the ambulance waiting at the bottom of the cliff. He wanted to make a difference in helping people take a proactive approach to their health. And that's when he sold his controlling interest in Gold Laboratories and founded USANA Health Sciences back in September of 1992. The word USANA is a Greek Latin word that means true health. But Dr. Wentz is all about helping people improve their health. So very impressive individual if you do some research on him. He's never drawn a salary from USANA. He's done so many amazing things to really help people improve their health in several different ways. But in 2007, he was recognized with the Albert Einstein Award for Outstanding Achievement in Life Sciences, which is a huge accomplishment for people in the life sciences industry out there. And as I mentioned, USANA celebrated over 20 years now, so just a rock solid company. The work that Dr. Wentz has done has actually attracted some pretty big names. Dr. Oz has toured our facility. As you can see here, we're a trusted partner and sponsor of the Dr. Oz Show. We're going to have a product featured on there with an Olympic athlete next week. So you can stay tuned for that and see that on there. There was another gentleman that talked about USANA's products being ranked #1 2 weeks ago on the Dr. Oz Show. So some really good stuff. Dr. Oz spoke at our convention as well. But, obviously he's not going to put his name behind something that he doesn't trust. He takes our products, he has a My Health Pack as well. So a lot of good things going on with USANA, a lot of great third-party documentation. USANA is always looking at ways to improve, but if there's an award out there, they've received it, whether it's our management team or best of state or best places to work. We've actually earned 38 best of state awards, which I think is on the next slide here, but 38 different awards that we've been in. And that's a big thing in Utah. There's several nutritional manufacturing companies, but you name it, see from our most powerful CEOs, 40 and Under in Forbes magazine, or customer service, just one award after another. Here's the best of state in the top. And also the NutriSearch Comparative Guide was the comparative guide that was on the Dr. Oz show 2 weeks ago. And Lyle McWilliam, who's a biochemist, talked about that. There's a slide talks a little bit more about that in a minute. But that's the top 1,600 selling nutritional products throughout North America and ranks USANA at the top there. The Healthy Home is another book that Dr. Wentz has written. He's written a couple of books, but this one hit #2 in the New York Times bestsellers list. And the Healthy Home actually takes you, it's nothing to do with USANA, but it's not just about the USANA business. It's about helping you change all kinds of things in your lifestyle to improve your health, about being aware. And this book takes you from room to room to room in your entire house and tells you about toxic burdens that are going on in your home and things that you can first be aware of so that you can minimize or totally avoid if you want to. We're just over bombarding our bodies with toxic burdens these days. And so that's an important thing to do as well. Even our own industry trade publication, Network Marketing Today magazine, 18 consecutive years, our peers have ranked us #1 out there. We have over 700, approaching 800 elite athletes. These are world-class Olympic professional elite athletes that take our supplements. We don't pay any of them to take our supplements. These are just a few of the different teams that USANA is the official nutritional supplier for, a sponsor. The reason these athletes want to use our products is because USANA puts their money where their mouth is. Athletes are deathly afraid of testing positive for a banned substance as a result of using anything out there, whether it's a cold medicine or nutritional product, a hair growth, whatever. And so they're deathly afraid of taking anything. And what a lot of people don't realize is, let's say that you were on the U.S. Hockey team, and the U.S. hockey team at the Olympics took a gold medal. And afterwards, one player tested positive for a banned substance, a performance-enhancing drug, let's say. The entire team would be stripped of their gold medals. And so they're deathly afraid of it. And that's why, because we're pharmaceutical grade, and we not only guarantee what's in the products, we guarantee what's not in the products. USANA has this $1 million athlete guarantee where they will compensate any of our sponsored athletes $1 million if they ever test positive for a banned substance as a result of taking our products. So that's how confident they are. We've never had to pay that out, and we've had that for over a decade. So let's shift gears and talk about the health side of things. We all see what's going on out there. We're all impacted by these 5 deadly degenerative diseases: cardiovascular disease, cancer, stroke, respiratory disease, and diabetes. These are taking the lives of 7 out of 10 people currently in America. These are not things that you get from somebody not, sneezing on you, or from, just happens overnight. These are things that are happening in our body. It's partially genetic. A lot of it is what we do from our lifestyle, what we eat, what we put on our skin, what we absorb through our skin, the air we breathe, the stress we have, all kinds of things that can attribute to these diseases happening. And we've all been impacted either personally from struggling with these or from people we know and love. And so that's, again, why Dr. Wentz is so passionate about helping people take a proactive approach to their health. And that's why he founded USANA. But it's not just athletes, the world-class athletes. Everybody wants to improve their health. The important thing is to pick a company that you can trust. And that's what people want. Whether, again, you're an everyday athlete, you want to just improve your lifestyle, no matter what it is you're looking for, nutrition does matter at the cellular level. And so, again, Dr. Wentz being an expert of human cells and what they take, we have a competitive edge, I would say, on what your cells need. But antioxidants and nutrition are just so important for maintaining the right cellular health and giving your body the boost it needs to fight off all this free radical damage from our environment, from the pollution, the stress, the toxin, the radiation. And so sometimes people think, oh, it's pretty good where we live. Well, I live in the mountains in Salt Lake City. Our house is just over my left shoulder here, but this is my wife and I a few weeks ago up snowshoeing just by the house. And you can see that there's houses, there's a whole city down below that. That's what we call an inversion in Utah. It's smog, folks. It's nasty. It's toxic. It's terrible. And so we're breathing that. And so we've got to, 1, do what we can to reduce that. And 2, we've got to have antioxidants into our system so that our body has what it needs to fight these things off. Our products don't cure this or fix that, but they do give your body what it needs to keep your immune system built up, to keep the right antioxidants in there, to fight off the things that are just part of life these days. And so this is the kind of damage that happens over here on the left. is a slide of healthy human cells if you were to look at them under a microscope. In the middle is the same cells, but after adding digested products from the typical fast food meal. So this is the type of damage we do going through the drive-through or stopping by for fast food. Over to the right, these are the same cells with the same fatty products in them from a fast food meal, but that has a lot of antioxidants in the system already. And you can see that they can ward off a lot of that damage. Now, we're not saying take a bunch of good antioxidants and go out and have a terrible lifestyle, but if you have a bad lifestyle, you need antioxidants worse than the person who has a great lifestyle. But all of us can use, more things to help improve our health, take a more proactive approach to keep our immune system strong, to have more antioxidants in our system. That's why we're looking at labels and checking things out in life today. The problem is we're not always getting what we're paying for, and it's very confusing out there. In fact, these we're going to go through the essentials here in a little bit, another slide or two, but these two bottles here are what we call our essentials. They give you all your vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, optimum levels for an adult. But if you were to eat your way to foods that are rich in the same vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are contained in our essentials, you would have to consume 22,000 calories and spend over $33 per day to eat your way to those things. And so that's why people are turning to supplementation. The problem is most health supplements fall far short of meeting the nutritional needs of the body's cells. Again, Dr. Wentz is an expert on what your cells need to not just survive, but to thrive. And so that's what USANA is about. And that's, again, why he started USANA. Supplementation is a good solution, but they're not all created equal out there. There's some big problems. There's plenty of studies and things in the media that you see where products are fraudulent or they're not, they don't break down and go to work. They don't disintegrate properly. They find all kinds of toxic things in them and other issues. And USANA nutritionals are different. And the reason they're different is because, again, our company is voluntarily registered with the FDA as a pharmaceutical grade manufacturer. We make our products. We manufacture them to what are called the GMPs, or good manufacturing practices. These are established for drug manufacturers. So when you go get a pharmaceutical drug, you have guaranteed potencies, guaranteed purities, accurate labeling. What's on the label is in each tablet. There's just a whole different set of rules. And again, we're not making pharmaceutical products at USANA. We're only making nutritional supplements, but we follow those rules. We have, it's just incredible. If you ever have the chance, USANA is open to a regular tour. You can go in and see the whole process, and there's videos online that you can see as well. So if you want to, if you're not in Salt Lake City and you want to check that out, have the person who invited you on tonight's webcast send you that video, the facilities tour. It's rather impressive. But again, we have all these third-party outlets that actually test our products to make sure that what's on the label is actually in every product. And you don't find that with food products. A food product, food grade nutritional supplement, the way it's regulated in America is like, it's just like a restaurant. It's a food product. It's a food supplement. And so the same guidelines that a pizza restaurant would have to follow to make you a pizza, that's all the nutritional company has to do. So if two people went to the same restaurant and each ordered a large pepperoni pizza, and the same cook, same restaurant prepared that pizza, and one pizza has 40 pepperonis, but the other one has 60 pepperonis, it's still a pepperoni pizza. And no one's going to shut them down or say anything. The only problem that they would ever have is if their food was dirty and made people sick, then they're going to get shut down. That's the way the nutritional industry is regulated. You don't have to have in every product in there, or in any of them, exactly what you have on the label. It doesn't have to break down and go to work. It's just can't cause you problems. It can't make you sick. And so that's where USANA is different, and where you can trust what's on the label is in every tablet and every pill you're taking. They search the world over for the finest raw ingredients, only using balanced science-based formulas with Dr. Wentz's expertise, knowing what the cell needs. We also have an accredited expert, our team of scientific experts, several doctors, nutritionists that are on board, on staff, doing research and development. We spend a lot of money on research and development to make sure they're always staying on the cutting edge of scientific breakthroughs. So that's real important to understand that USANA is a scientific research company. It's not necessarily a network. We happen to move our products to direct sales and network marketing, but it's first and foremost a scientific research company. So again, the foundation is the essentials. Again, these give you all your vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants for an adult. and a 4-week supply. It has a couple of our own patented ingredients in it, just high optimum levels. So if you look at minimum RDA levels that most companies would talk about, you look at the DV on the back of a nutritional supplement you may be currently taking. The RDA levels were developed decades ago when people worried about scurvy, rickets, and beriberi, not heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes like today. And so that's why we don't need minimum daily value levels. We need optimum levels so that we can, keep our immune system really strong and fight off, make sure our health is getting the fighting chance it needs to take care of these deadly degenerative diseases. But again, Lyle McWilliam in his book, The Comparative Guide, again, he and his book were featured on Dr. Oz show a couple of weeks ago. Over 1,600 supplements were evaluated, and he gave USANA the gold standard, the top 5-star rating, and the Editor's Choice Award as the top product out there. And he mentioned that on the Dr. Oz show. So some great third-party documentation. If you're taking a supplement, chances are it is in this comparative guide. And he was a member of Canadian Parliament that worked with the Canadian government to put together their policies and procedures around nutritional supplementation, and then ended up putting that work, publishing it into this book. And it's a rather interesting read. It's available online if you want to order the book and see it, but some great information in there. And, it's not just about nutrition for the adults, it's nutrition for the entire family. Over to the far right, we have the baby care, which are prenatals. And then over to the left and the far left is the USANAmals, kids chewables. And a unique thing you rarely see, in fact, I don't know of another company that actually has a nutritional product line specifically for teenagers. So the Body Rocks are specifically for teenagers. This is the time when they're growing like crazy and they need their own specific nutritional products for their needs. And that's what the Body Rocks deliver. And so I wanted to share this with you. I had somebody ask me recently, so how do your kids' chewables compare to Flintstones gummies? So I just got on their website and did a little research, and you can get on there, do it yourself. It's made by Bayer, which is a pharmaceutical company, and they actually have here download supplemental facts. When you click on that, it puts the label up here. And if you look at the ingredients at the bottom here, anytime a company puts their ingredients on, they have to list them with whatever's in there the most is what's listed first, all the way to least. And you can see here, the top ingredients are sugar, water, and then less than 2%. And it gets into a little bit of vitamin C, and then mainly some waxes and some artificial colors before they even get into some decent vitamins. Look where the vitamins are at the very bottom here. You get a little bit of B12 and some vitamin D. And what's funny is look at the D. The D has a little bit of vitamin D, but if you look at the label again back here, it says it has with the latest recommended levels of vitamin D. And so that's the way most people are buying their nutritional supplements, are looking at these labels from big companies and not realizing the difference. That's our job, is to educate people about the difference when it comes to optimum levels versus minimum RDA type levels, and pharmaceutical grade versus food grade. There's a whole different set of rules. And so we can't chance our health to inferior products. In addition to the essentials, USANA has a complete line of what we call optimizers. These are for specific systems within your body. For most people, they take the essentials, and that's where everybody starts. And a lot of people, they get what they need out of the essentials, but some people add a couple of optimizers or several depending on their own health needs. We also have this is called the health pack. The health pack takes the essentials plus a couple of our top selling optimizers and a special antioxidant booster, and put them in these little convenient AM and PM packs, which make it really super simple and convenient if you're traveling or just don't want to open up bottles every day. But USANA takes it a whole nother step. It's all about personalization at USANA, and some of the things they're working on are going to blow your mind. But with the My Health Pack, you actually get to select exactly what you want in your AM pack and what you want in your PM pack. It prints your name on the box and on every label. It's customized nutrition. And so what's nice about that is I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, but USANA is full of doctors and nutritionists, and they have developed this true health assessment, which is an interactive, HIPAA-approved, private, very confidential, interactive program that you go through, and you answer questions and tell about your lifestyle, about your concerns, about your current needs and everything else. And then it will give you the products that USANA recommends for you to take and give you a game plan to move forward. And that's how you know what you need. So this is a free health assessment that's available online. So the person who invited you on tonight's webcast can get you onto that at any time if you haven't taken one of those yet. Doctors, there's a lot of doctors that are using USANA in their practices, and there's actually several doctors that have replaced their income and left their medical practices behind and do USANA full time. They'll tell you that they can have a better lifestyle, they can earn more money, and more importantly to most of them, they can help people they can help more people with their health and take a proactive approach with their health instead of just treating people once they're sick. Doctors like us because we're in the physician's desk reference. You have to be pharmaceutical grade. Now, sometimes there's a little confusion around this because there is a nutritional version of the PDR or physician's desk reference. And most people, when we say that we're in the PDR, they think we're talking about that one. I'm not talking about that one. That's full of supplements that are out there available to everybody. You have to have pharmaceutical grade manufacturing, and nobody's willing to go through the expense and headache of it. There are very few companies that do what we do at USANA. And because we're pharmaceutical grade, our products are actually listed in this PDR. It gives us a ton of credibility with the medical community. We also do a lot of research and development, collaboration with institutions, universities, Linus Pauling Institute to help improve our products as well. Your doctor would probably be blown away. In fact, my doctor told me there's no nutritional products in the PDR, and I had to open it up in his office, show him in his PDR where we were at in there. And so they're not used to seeing nutritional products. And so don't be surprised when your doctor thinks you're crazy. Shifting gears and talking about our next product line, our food product line. It's not just about our micro optimizers, it's about our macro optimizers as well. And we live in a fast food, fast-paced society. So there's better alternatives for us out there. When you're on the go, you don't have to go through a drive-through. You can have one of our Nutri-Meals in a shaker cup with just a powder in it, throw a bottle of water in there, shake it up on the go. You can have one of our protein bars. These products all taste good. They're low glycemic. They're non-GMO. They're the right ratios of fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. Convenient. They're gluten-free. If your kids will eat them, you know they're good. And so you don't have to choke something down that tastes terrible just because it's healthy for you. You can have both with USANA. In fact, they use several of the food products in what we call the reset. These are, it's kind of a 5-day high fiber cleanse where you live off the bars and shakes and a good, sensible, healthy meal, and use this as a 5-day high fiber cleanse or a jumpstart to a weight loss program. Here's a couple of our examples. Hattie Montgomery here on the left, she is a customer in Texas and is now out sharing the USANA business with people as well. She had tremendous results incorporating USANA's food products and a healthy lifestyle as part of her whole lifestyle. So in fact, there's a big challenge going on right now where USANA is giving away over $150,000 in prizes. You can go to Reset Nation Challenge. You're going to want to log in with the person inviting you onto tonight's webinar. And there's some requirements to be part of this. And there's still plenty of time to get in on the challenge. But you might as well lose some weight, and which is one of the top New Year's resolutions, obviously. And maybe you're at a point where you're a month and a half into the New Year's resolutions and things aren't going well. Try this one out. 100% money back guarantee, and people get great results when they program. In fact, my buddy Dan Bazan, I introduced you to, has done tremendous things leading. They're not healthy for you. And so USANA came up with the Rev 3, which is cleaner, stronger, smarter, and stronger. It's a crisp, all-natural taste. It's natural pomegranate. There's no artificial colors or sweeteners, or it's low glycemic. It's natural sources of green and white tea for your energy boosting caffeine. So if you're going to do it, do a healthy alternative, and that's the Rev 3, available in a can as well as a stick pack that you can just put into a water bottle. And then skin. We all have skin. We need to take care of it. Skin is our largest organ. It's a complete skin and personal care line with USANA. It's not just for ladies, it's for men. Anything we put on our skin gets absorbed into our body, into our system. So long-term, day after day after day use of potions and lotions and different things that have a lot of preservatives or chemicals, they may help you feel or look better short-term, but they are just loading your body up with toxins. And so make sure you're having a safe, natural skin and personal care line. And USANA, this is a self-preserving. We don't even have any parabens or formaldehydes. A lot of companies are talking about how they don't have parabens these days, but that doesn't mean they don't have formaldehyde or other toxic preservatives in them. This is full of nutrition. So the antioxidants that are good for you, it's nutrition from the outside in, but antioxidants work as a preservative. So it's a self-preserving formula, nutrition from the outside in, and getting tremendous results with all different kinds of clinical test results. But try the skincare products out. You'll love them. Now we're going to shift gears and talk about the business sides. This is nothing like a 9-to-5 desk job. Most people are looking for ways to get away from the cubicle in the 9-to-5 job or corporate America or somebody controlling their destiny. So we're going to talk about that, but to get something different, we've got to do something different. I obviously had to make some changes. Again, I didn't run out and quit my job. I kept my job. And I had a 70 to 80 hour week job on salary in corporate America when I started my USANA business. But I did this on the side. And by doing this in the nooks and crannies of my life and being consistent with it, we did replace our income, my wife's income in 4 months, my income in 8 months, got to a 6-figure income our first year. And as of January 11th, it was my 19th year anniversary of not having a job. Working from home, I still work, but I work on my terms. I'm building equity in myself, earning a lot more money and having a lot of great tax write-offs and a lot more freedom with the USANA business. But there's some sacrifice involved. Most people don't just jump in full time. They do this on the side until it's costing them money to keep their job. That's what I recommend, but it's your business and you call the shots. We all know what's going on out there. For a lot of people, keeping your job is a great idea, and having just a supplemental income to help us get out of this financial burden most people are facing and living paycheck to paycheck and saddled with debt, working 4 to 6 months just to pay all the different taxes that we pay. It's expensive to live these days. The cost of living is going up a lot higher and a lot faster than incomes are going up. And so that's why we need a supplemental income. But also with the USANA business, I don't have to go ask for a raise. I can work my business anytime I want and increase my income anytime I want. I took about 10 years off my business, enjoyed the residual income, had a great time with that. Over the last year and a half or so, I've gone back to work. I'm having a lot of fun re-engaging, and I'm deadly serious about my business. My business is growing like crazy right now, right here in America. So USANA business gives you a lot of freedom. As I mentioned, there's no boss set hours or workplace, very flexible. You call the shots. Network marketing is absolutely booming right now. You see it all over social media. There's about 90 million people involved worldwide, $33 billion in sales in network marketing in North America alone. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we get paid with USANA. We believe in multiple streams of income. There's actually 6 different ways we can earn an income in USANA. I'm going to briefly touch on these, and then you can get more information on any of these specifically if you need to afterwards. Retail sales is simple. You buy a product at wholesale, you mark it up to retail, you sell it to somebody, keep the difference. You can do that all you want. For me, again, I was in retail for years that didn't want an inventory. I still do retail sales, but people go to my USANA website. USANA has takes credit cards there. I didn't need a merchant account or anything like that. They charge the retail amount. People buy it, they send it to them. I get commissions on it, but then it also goes, the extra retail amount goes right on my next check. But if you know somebody, we have veterinarians, chiropractors, people who own gyms and fitness centers and tanning salons and whatever that sell a lot of product in their facilities as well. So retail sales is great. There's people who do healthy mixers or skincare parties and retail a ton of products as well. So all that's available for retail. Weekly commissions is where I personally earn the majority of my income. You can earn 20% or more of the commission of the volume going through your business, not just what you do, leverage like we talked about earlier, and also not just one time, but as people use the products over and over, you earn a commission over and over. So again, I introduced people to the products almost 20 years ago that are still using the products today. And every single time they reorder the products, that sends volume up my business and I get a commission check. We get paid every week for what happens in our business. And so that's really, really powerful. The next one is lifetime matching bonus. There's an incentive program where if you help somebody who you bring into the USANA business get off to a fast start, you can qualify for a lifetime matching bonus. So an example is it can be up to 15%. If you enrolled somebody in the USANA business, you helped them get successful, they qualified, and let's say they earn 100 grand this year in USANA commissions, you're going to earn a $15,000 bonus because you were the person that helped them do that. In addition to all the commissions and everything else you earn in your business as well. But it's all about training and support and a lot of incentives around you helping your team and getting help from other leaders when you're brand new. The next one is the incentive programs. There's always different kinds of incentive programs, several going on at a time. 3 I can think of right now, but the big one is actually the Success on the Beach Costa Rica trip. We've been on several different exotic vacations that USANA's paid for. I always say, what's better than a vacation? A vacation somebody else pays for, and anybody can earn this trip. This is not just for people who've been involved for a long time or anything. You're going against yourself. So me growing my business, $5,000 in income is the same as you going from 0 to $5,000 in income. And you're going against your own growth and how much of this business or this vacation you can earn, anywhere from part of it all the way to the entire vacation paid for with first class accommodations and special excursions and other things. So it's just anything that you want out of it. So that's available for everybody. The next one is the leadership bonus program. We get paid leadership bonus every week as well, which beats the turkey or the little bonuses I used to get in corporate America for doing a good job. We get paid a really nice leadership bonus every week. And so how you do that, this is a chart that shows gold directors and above. A gold director is simply somebody who earns $1,000 a week for 4 weeks in a row. When you do that, you start to participate in the leadership bonus program. Ruby director earns $2,000 a week. Emerald director, $3,000 a week. As diamond directors, myself and my wife Jennifer had earned $4,000 a week for 4 consecutive weeks. And it continues to go. There's no limit to what you do here. You can go as fast or slow or as high as you want. There's, people earning $15,000, $20,000 a week in USANA. And so you can see, in addition to commissions, the bonus the column to the right of that is bonus. And so it's a weekly bonus share. It does vary because it's a percentage of sales and the amount of people qualifying for it vary, but it's about $175 per week. I think last year was slightly higher than that. But you can see here as a gold director, you can qualify for 1 share of leadership bonus, where a ruby director starts to grow kind of exponentially here, qualifies for 3 shares of bonus and 6 shares and 10 as it just goes down. And you can see that the bonuses can get higher than the commission. So there's a lot of income involved to help you be a leader or encourage you to be a leader for your team. One thing I want to point out while we're on this slide is where myself and my wife are diamond directors with the company. Sometimes people don't understand network marketing, and they'll make a comment like, well, you got to get involved early, or whoever gets involved first makes all the money. Well, the company was about 5 years old when we learned about it. There was over 50,000 people involved in the company, and we're among the top 100 to 125 income earners in the company worldwide and have been for several years. So we passed by a lot of people. But more importantly, in our business as diamond directors, we have about 7 associates that almost every week beat us and make a higher income. We have 1-star diamond directors, we have 2-star, we have 3-star, we even have a 5-star diamond director in our business. And you can see an example of their weekly income is significantly higher than ours because they work a lot harder than we do. And so I like to take a lot of time off and have a lot of fun. And that's my thing. I was looking more for the lifestyle, and for people who want to go out and build a dynasty, you can do that. We have people in our business. We've only been open, 5 years in the Philippines. We have people in the Philippines that earn more income than we do in our personal business. And so it doesn't matter when you get in. The top incomer of the company 10 years from now probably hasn't even joined our company. So just keep that in mind. The last one I want to talk about real quick is the bottom right, which is the elite bonus. USANA brought this and put this into play probably about 5 years ago or so. And one thing that happens is people go out and build a successful USANA business and they're earning that residual income. They retire and they're still making a great income. And USANA wanted to throw another carrot out there and say, hey, if you want to retire, go ahead, but we're going to put some money on the table that may make you want to rethink that. And so they actually take about $1 million as 1% of sales, and they put that in every quarter, put that into a bonus pool, and they split that up. It was the top 25 income earners. Then it went to 30, 35, 40, 45, and now it's the top 50 income earners in the company. As the company's growing and we're approaching $1 billion in sales, that they're putting more and more people involved into that bonus pool. So what I'm doing is I've gone back to work, and as it's including more and more people, I'm working to kind of catch that. Because it's a ton of money. So if you want that, it's there. But there are people earning over $1 million in USANA with all of these different ways to earn an income right now. So what's it take to start a USANA business? Getting here where we're wrapping up now. The first thing is you need to obviously get a training system. This is our business development system. It has all the details you need to get your business off the ground. There's some online interactive stuff as well. It's $30. You buy that from the company, then you activate your business. You open your business. I think you'd all agree you can't recommend a product if you don't believe in it. You can't believe in it if you don't try it and use it on a regular basis. So it's like recommending a movie if you never saw it. It just doesn't work. So everybody needs to start off with some products. It's a one-time product purchase so that you can try the products out. Maybe also get some of the people you know with some serious health problems and see how they like the products. But this is a one-time order where you put together, whether it's a custom order or there's several different, actually three or four different pre-packaged enrollment systems that you can start with that give you a better value. They give you some vouchers to get into training events. They give you some online tools as well. So make sure if you want to get your business off to a fast start, you learn about some of the enrollment packs to save some money and get everything you need, to really go after your goals. A lot of it depends on your goals and what you want out of it. First off, again, if you want to be a customer, just take the products. Don't do any of what we're talking about here. This is for people who want to start a business, get that business development system, buy some products to try. I suggest you get a variety of different things so you get exposed to a little bit of everything and know what you're talking about. Then after that, each month, we just personally order what we use in our family. A couple $100 is what we order every month for personal use. Obviously, the products are consumable. We believe in them. And I'm not going to buy competing products when I know they're inferior. So in our family, in our household, we use the USANA products. The third step is, who do you know? Who do you want to work with? Who do you know that wants to work from home? Who do you know that wants to retire early, that wants to save some money on taxes, that wants to improve their health? Who do you want to work with? Like Dan Bazan, who was sitting next to me. I love the fact that I don't have to work with whoever my boss says I have to work with. I get to work with who I choose to work with. Sharp, motivated, professional people. And I love that about this. But who can you help? That's the big thing. And then be teachable. We have a complete system. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just follow what other successful people have done. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that system here in just a second. But you can see here people from all different walks of life. These are just different people in our personal business. It could be married or single or educated or not, or white collar or blue collar, or none of those things matter. Age doesn't matter. All that matters is what you want out of it, how teachable you are, and what you put into your business is what you'll get out of it. So real quick, I'm going to touch on a few resources you have to help you build your business. The entire USANA corporate office and staff, hundreds of employees that are here to help us, support us. They work for us. We work as a partnership, and they offer fantastic world-class customer service. USANA puts all these tools together. Most of this presentation I downloaded for free. They built it. The health assessment we talked about, marketing tools, you name it. There's just a ton of different things they put in place to help us. We've got a big national conference taking place in Las Vegas in April that if you're a USANA associate, you should get to for sure. It's going to be an amazing event. We have an international conference taking place in August as well. There's just a ton of things USANA does to really support us. Logo merchandise, your own USANA website, several different things to help you. Our team has put together a 10-week fast track program that teaches you exactly what you need to do your first 10 weeks in the business to get your business off to a fast start. Takes all the guesswork out of it. There's seven very simple skills we teach you, and we get you on this GoPro book as well. It's all part of the system, part of the program. As Dan mentioned earlier, we also do a Monday Matters team call every Monday night. This webinar is for the team in Salt Lake. If you're out here, there's a big event going on this Thursday night with Marshall and Nani Manley at the USANA corporate office. I'll be actually presenting in Texas with Dr. Brian Dixon this Thursday night in San Antonio to kick off our big Challenge U event. This is an advanced interactive workshop style training that's going to take place on Friday and Saturday coming up this week. I know a lot of people from Texas on the webinar here, so looking forward to seeing you there. If you're not registered, you can still go to this event. So we do a lot of things to train and support the team. It's all about personal growth and development, helping equip you with what you need to be successful. So wrapping it up, you just kind of need to figure out, where do you see yourself? If you're number one, you're ready to get started, you like what you see, you want to get plugged in, you want to get your business activated and take advantage of the growth and momentum that's going on right now. Number two, you've got some questions, need some more help. There's plenty of experts standing by. If the person who invited you on tonight's webinar is new, we suggest that they get you on the phone with somebody who's been involved longer, who's trained, that can really answer your questions and help give you the facts you need to make an educated business decision. So I hope you all enjoyed tonight's webinar. I'm going to just come back and talk to you real quick here for a second. And give me 1 second to do that. All right. So should be back here now. And again, I want to thank you for your time tonight. I hope you got the information you need to make an educated business decision. If you have questions, make sure you get with the person who invited you on questions. We're not looking to twist anybody's arm. We're here to help you, give you the facts. Our goal is education and understanding. You will make the decision that's right for you, for your business. If you're not interested in the business, the products really are for everybody. Put them in your mouth. They have a 100% money back guarantee. Of plenty of people who fell in love with the products and became long-term customers, had great results. And a lot of them that ended up deciding they needed a plan B. They needed something else, another stream of income, like Dan Bazan, who you met earlier, and thousands of other stories who are using USANA business as a way to supplement their income. Whatever you're looking for, we can help you accomplish that with your USANA business or the products, tax advantages, retire early, whatever you want out of it. We'd love to talk with you, put together a game plan that's right for you to help you accomplish your goals and dreams. So again, everybody have a great night. I appreciate your time tonight, and I hope you have the information you need to make that educated business decision. We'll talk to you soon on another webinar. Good night, everybody.